I'm going to share with you the 4 sales that I had on eBay and Amazon over the last 24 hours. But I do have the question of whether you think it's worth it for me to continue to sell loose CD lots on eBay. So here's all the loose CDs. I don't want to take out all the packing, uh, the paper, and all that, but there's a ton of them in there. There's over 830. See, it goes all along. And it's in this pretty big box here. Most of these came from the first two Gaylords that I recently purchased and have gone through. Well, I finished, all the CDs, going through all the CDs. So there's also another maybe 200 of the 800 that had come from other sources. Regardless, this is 830 plus loose CDs. Now, I've been selling loose CDs for years on eBay, and generally, kids' DVDs do best, and then just general DVDs, movies, uh, and then CDs after that in terms of what you can get the most money for. I used to be able to get a lot of money for the loose kids DVDs before Disney Plus came out. Well, that's a side note. Um, so I basically pull the discs from all the CDs that I don't that I'm not going to sell in my store, and I'm not going to sell individually or in any sort of lot, complete lot on eBay. So I pull the discs, put them in stacks, wait till I have enough. I usually minimum want to have 400. Try to get between 4 to 500, or I at least have that to do a lot. I don't think it's not worth it for CDs to do less than that, in my experience. Um, but yeah, so I spend the time pulling it, and then I stack it, and then that's it. It sits there until I get enough, right? And then I take photographs of some of the CDs. The listing it is very quick, and then I run an auction. So realistically, it doesn't take a lot of time cumulatively. The most of the time is pulling the discs, and then the second most time is spent taking the photographs. Aside from that, there's not that much time, but it's still time. So, is it worth it time wise, financially? I already know the answer that it's not, but I'm just curious what you think, because the reason I keep doing it, it's not really financially as much as there's some people that are interested in this, and they're going to use it, whether it's to listen to the CDs or use it for art projects or whatever they're using it for. Um, and they want it. There's a demand. My profit is not very high. I'll share with you what I made off of this, but I feel guilty if I just throw the discs out. Now I keep good condition cases, but I throw out all the artwork. But I do put the CDs to the side, and obviously do the lots, right? Do the loose lots. So let me show you what I made off of it. So here it is. Loose CD lot, 830 plus, many different music genres, etc., etc. And it sold, today's the 18th, February 18th. It sold on the 16th. There was a holiday yesterday. That's why I'm not shipping it till today. So it sold for $32.07. Yes, $32.07. And then the buyer paid $28.63 for shipping. I paid $27.13, and my total profit after eBay fees and shipping was $24.12. There was no promotional rate. Like, I didn't promote it. So there's no extra fees from eBay aside from their normal fee. So $24.12. So is it worth it financially based on the time I spend? Probably not, especially considering this is such a big box. I have to use a lot of packing paper, which now I don't have any, so now I have to go find more, which is part of the game anyway. It's what I do. I have to continue to find more. I pull them out of recycling dumpsters in the area. That's just, it is what it is. That's fine. I didn't pay any money for them. I put extra. What do you call it? I cut up a box and put extra padding, which makes sure that the items don't move around, and it limits the damage that could be done. the movement inside of the discs. So yeah, $24.12. So definitely it's not worth it financially, but again, you let me know, because I get so many CDs. It seems worth it to me in the sense of, not feeling guilty about just throwing them away. But let me know what you think. I also sold this book on Amazon through Merchant Fulfilled. Weaponizing Anti-Semitism. I sold it for $12.15. This was listed back in December. Yeah, so a decent sale. I'm always happy when Amazon sales come in. They come in not that often because I'm not repricing regularly, that kind of thing. But it's nice little extra money, and certain books like this that I don't think would sell in my store, I just put on Amazon. The other sales were this one, which came from the one of the Gaylords that I bought recently, which is a complete Romancing the 70s from Time Life CD set. I think there's 6 CDs in here, 6 or 7. And you'll come across these a lot, but originally these Romancing the 70s are in this box set. So it's a box. I sold it for $24. Was it 24? I think it was. Yeah, $24 plus shipping on eBay. So that was a good sale. It sold really quick. This one sold, I listed this fairly recently. Herman Walk, The Winds of War, with the dust jacket. The reason why this sold is because it's signed by him in 1971. And it sold, I took an offer. Guys, I listed this for $149.99. I took an offer of $75. Well, why would I take a 50% off offer? Well, when I did my research after I got the offer, I realized that, and I pulled it off the shelf here, one of the shelves in the bookstore. I realized that only one copy had sold, not even of that one, of a different one that was signed by him, that was in a slipcase and was different. And no other signed copies of that book had sold in the last 90 days. Now, in the last year, maybe something has sold. But I just figured, you know what? I'm going to take the 75 and sell it, get rid of it, keep moving, right? Instead of, I could have countered with 100 and all of that, and I might have lost the sale. So I'd rather just sell it for 75, which is a great sale for a book, for sure. So I keep finding good stuff like that on the shelves here that are signed, first editions, first printing, rare, with the dust jacket, that kind of stuff. So the previous owners definitely had a lot of valuable books sitting on the shelves here that nobody was going to walk in and buy. But when you use eBay and a much larger marketplace, a much larger audience, your chances of selling the item for a high profit are much, much higher, especially considering that a lot of the books are genuinely rare, hard to find copies of those particular books, especially if they are signed. So let me know what you think in terms of the loose CDs. I'm sure most of you will say, I predict most of you will say, yeah, don't bother. You only make $24 off of 800 CDs. It's not worth it. But then consider, right? Weigh the other side of it, where I feel guilty throwing them out. I don't know. I'm probably going to keep doing it, to be honest. But I thought I'd throw it out there. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next video.